Hey guys, Crystal and Shadow here, back with Steven Universe, and this time it's Say Uncle.
So, okay, are we labeling this as episode 3, or is it like an unnumbered episode since it's not canon?
It usually gets labeled as episode 3.
Alright, fair enough. So, yeah, this episode happened. It's not canon. It's an April Fool's episode and a crossover as well with a show I literally never heard of.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it until I saw this episode.
But clearly, it's like what happens when you tell the Legends of Tomorrow writers to write part of the crossover and you realize the last part just gets really high.
Yeah, basically.
So, what is this, the cartoon version of Mr. Nobody from Doom Patrol?
I don't know.
I think by the end of this video, I've got to calculate and you don't want to know how disturbing this is, the calculations that would lead somebody to be your Uncle Grandpa.
Oh god!
It can happen. I've figured out a lot of disturbing combinations, and I think I've got this.
Well, like Pearl said, that would mean he's
No,
Greg's...
that was Garnet.
No, Pearl said it.
No, Garnet said it! Do we have to do this every episode?
No, Garnet then said that would explain a lot.
No! Actually, no, I can't forget. One of them said, oh, so he's Greg's brother, and then...
And father. Yes, Pearl said it.
Uncle Grandpa! Uncle Grandpa?
So that would make him Greg's brother. And father?
That would explain a lot.
Hang on, oh man, this just makes my calculation even weirder. I'll get there. I'll get there.
Whatever, it's just a title, probably. He's everybody in the world's Uncle Grandpa.
You know I want to figure this out, but enough about figuring out that disturbing complication. I don't exactly know what to say about this episode, but being an April Fool's episode, you know I rate these episodes on humor. So that's the thing. These labels, I should really color code my ratings based on humor or awesomeness, because, you know, sometimes an episode could be have a higher rating because it's very humorous, but it's not an action-packed episode, or vice versa.
Yeah.
But, like Mr. Nobody, Doom Patrol, and Legends of Tomorrow, there is no fourth wall.
Garnet broke it.
Oh, they broke it long before then, but they stole a Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge joke where they said, great, we need a plot hole to get out of here. And they literally jump in a wormhole.
Yeah.
Which takes him to another universe.
Yeah.
The other show's universe.
Yeah. He lives in an RV.
Yep, so...
One time, I was just randomly looking at TV and an episode happened to be on, so I thought, okay, I'll watch this. So you see, this works because it's not normal. But the thing is, that is a normal thing for Uncle Grandpa. And when you have too much stupidity, it's just a dumb show.
Now, hold on. A dumb show can be brilliant. We're going to review Doom Patrol one day. Have you ever wanted to see a giant rat and a cockroach make out in a season finale? You're going to one day!
Okay, but I swear to God...
I'll take your word for it. I wouldn't want a whole episode of this, but it works because it's crossing over with Steven.
Yeah, exactly. It works. But an entire show?
I love it. Okay, I don't know who wrote this, but I'm really hoping that it's it's clearly the writers of the other show writing Steven, because I like how they really exaggerate some of the Steven characters.
Yeah, the animators did a good job. Like, Pearl had a lot of weird faces.
I love how they really just take the crap out of Pearl. And the show she's annoying and just complains about everything. So clearly the writers of the other show feel how I feel about Pearl.
Yeah, so they just exaggerate everyone's worst qualities.
But I did love the bit where, like, you know, it's the showdown between them, and you see the words pop up, like, it's cool, graphic, and epic showdown. And then the words are there, of course, because we're breaking a fourth wall.
Yeah, Amethyst tripped over the words run away.
Oh, God. I need to look
Everything is a symbol, like when Lars and Sadie were on a ship.
I know.
And then he sank it with his cannon, because none of this is canon. And
oh my god! So, it's going in a circle, because that's a quote from Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, but this time the quote came after this, because everyone's favourite Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge clip quote is, well, you know what sinks ships? Cannon.
Not only that, he put his head in the cannon. It's a head cannon.
Oh, God!
Yeah, he shot his head.
Don't get people started on the difference between head cannon and real cannon. It's like a debate I've had one too many times.
Well, Uncle Grandpa made a head cannon.
Well, you're going to play that Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge clip now.
Sure, I'll find it.
I'll find it. It's in episode 81, the second last episode of season 4.
Great.
That's a really good episode. It's one of my favourite lines. But, man, this episode, it's just non-stop weirdness.
Yeah.
I think we found an episode to come close to Onion, but this one, like we said,
It's being dumb on purpose.
yeah, Onion's a different type of weird, whereas this is weird on purpose because it's a crossover with a really weird show. Oh, right, I love the bit where, like, he flashes back to episode 1 and he's the pop-up in the corner.
Yeah. And I'm curious to know if that thing really would have appeared when it first aired.
I really think it probably would have. It had to have. They would have done that joke.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I was there. And he's looking up, watching from the up next thing.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to think if there was anything else we missed.
Oh, and then Mr. Gus made a gem sonar.
Oh yeah, that's really good too. Man, I love. They're already referencing the fandom.
Yeah. I'm in a group on Facebook and I've seen people making gem sonars.
Of course they would. Everyone's going to. It's just like making your furry or making your Sonic character or whatever else. You're gonna make a gem sonar.
I mean, I haven't.
Well, I know, but you know what other weird people are in like? They're all gonna make their OC.
Whatever. If it's your thing, go ahead.
People are weird.
Whatever.
So, obviously, you have a tricky time rating this because you don't know how to rate things. You know me, I'm going to rate this on comedy, which means I'm going to give it a 9. Hey, relax, I gave Onion a 10.
Hey, it's not as bad as how I used to feel about it. The first time I watched the episode...
You've just got to go, once you go in with that's the thing, when the first time you watch it and you don't realise what you're getting yourself into, I can imagine it just throws you through a loop. Whereas, like, if you've seen it before, or at least you have an idea of what type of episode, it's like, because you told me it's the April Fool's before I went into this, I already knew to just throw everything out the window.
Yeah, exactly. What if I hadn't told you anything? I'd just be like, here's the next episode.
I mean, I still would have enjoyed it because I would have just known, I would have still enjoyed it like Onion, which was just nonsense. But...
God, yeah, the first time I watched it, throughout the episode, I just kept on saying, this is utterly, utterly stupid. But then it's one of those times where if someone points out you're laughing, I'm like, I am and I hate it.
Yeah.
You hate that it's funny, but it kind of is funny.
I know, there were
stupid.
plenty of times where it's like, this is too childish, but it's like, you know what, it's just, it's got that perfect random
A
forceful
perfect
humor.
example of one of those childish things is when Steven does the fart thing.
No, don't hurt him!
No, the bit where it's like the ending where it's like I want to ask the context, but I'm like, who cares about context? Where it's like, the tiger's just going across the screen with farting rainbows.
Oh, God.
No, hang on. And I love the fact that, again, because this works even better because we've never seen whatever the hell the show is.
Yeah.
So, I want to say what's the context, but I feel like even in the show there would be no context. But, there's just a random 2D tiger. It's like, it's just a 2D cutout of a tiger.
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell?
I mean, yeah, exactly. The first time I watched it, I'm like, okay, maybe this would make more sense if I watched the show. But then eventually I watched an episode, I'm like, what the hell? It's just complete nonsense. Nothing is explained.
So, here I was, damn, turns out Steven got to a crossover before the Arrowverse, although we're pretty close.
Or there was the floating hot dog in space. What is up with that?
At first, when it was like the floating hot dog in space, it reminds me of like the intro to the Scary Door in Futurama.
Oh, yeah.
I thought more stuff's gonna float on screen.
What the hell?
But yeah, the only other lingering thought is after this episode, I do have to look up voice actors of the other show now, because, like, the crocodile and the pizzas both sound familiar.
Okay, we can check on that later.
I'll check it. People always sound familiar, but it could be literally anyone. But enough about us rambling about the most random crap we've ever seen. Well, outside of Doom Patrol.
We'll get there.
Oh, we'll get there, alright.
God. This was dumb, and I guess I'll give it a 7.
For you, that's generous, but... I mean, you gave Onion like a 6 something, and then you blown when I said 10 out of 10. But enough about that. This has been the April Fool's video, filmed in October. We will see you next time. Do you know what the next episode is?
Love letters.
Ah,
You see,
Connie's got a love letter.
the realistic tiger loves lion.
No, you're being silly.
Yes, I am.
Connie's got a love letter.
We'll see.
Sadie's got a love letter.
We'll see.
Onion's got a love letter.
To-ho!
Onion's gonna write himself a love letter. You know it.
Yeah, he's the king of self-love. He's got a picture of himself.
Oh yeah, he does too. He's got that really, like, naked painting of himself. Oh god. Let's just end this before this episode gets any weirder.
It's
How could they not put Onion in the April Fool's episode?
Oh, yeah.
The universe would have exploded for too much comedy. Alright, well, see you next
Oh my
time.
god, yes, the crossover on Uncle Grandpa's side, Onion comes along randomly and screws
Exactly.
with...
No other Steven character happens, it's just Onion stuff.
I really wish that was a thing, but I don't think they did one on his side.
Oh well, speaking of, we'll have more crossovers in the future, but until then...
At one point, I really should show him the crossover Nexus, which is an episode which includes Garnet, Ben 10, Raven from Teen Titans Go,
Oh my god, I've got to watch this.
and OKKO.
That's it, we're watching this one day. When does it ever line up anywhere, or is it just here's Garnet?
There's no continuity.
You know what? We're not watching Love Letters. Do you know where to find that episode?
I have it. Let's watch it next.
Next episode, we're watching a Cartoon Network crossover. Then we'll get to Love Letters.
Okay.
Crossover time to get you hyped up for our first Arrowverse crossover happening very soon. See you next time!